rules of war. Should find him.
Red Shoes started hanging out by himself. No shit. Red Shoes did it? No way he did it alone. I heard there was one inmate who helped him out. Who? I don't know. Whoever it was, they're a hero, man.
This is fun, but I'd still rather be getting out of here.
Where are you?
Who owes me credits?
Where's Flossie? Now that we've got the riot we wanted, he's nowhere to be seen.
Stay here. Someone said he took some guys to take over the warden zone.
Yes, sir, Mr. Stenger. Whatever you say. Mr. Walters, you found me, hiding in my hole. Of course, not much of a surprise. I'm where they told me to be.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Starting to think I need to get used to that.
When last we spoke, the PA called me by name to the infirmary, they said.
A lot's happened since then.
The Rising, yes. Mr. Flossie didn't fabricate feelings out of nothing, though he does have a way of fashioning frustrations and coordinating courage. He can be very comprehensible.
Flossie, huh?
He orchestrates others. You and I, we know this already because we tampered precisely like he asked, which makes us part of it.
That tampered biocell I delivered for Flossie. What was it exactly?
Source of energy, more makeshift than what they ever took from us. Made with 7 strains of Teddy's love. Could give a man access again to what he was. Without which, Mr. Flossie says, we are nothing.
And me handing it over to Red Shoes. That had something to do with the riot starting?
Integral, yes. Gave him the ability to cloak through all their measures to liberate the violence that was locked away. And flood both blocks with power and we're all just swimming in it now.
Yeah, we're all drowning. What about that suppression chip all the inmates have installed? Isn't that supposed to keep something like this from happening?
The chokes? Yes. When we exert energy, and it will mitigate. Will hurt like all hell any man who tries to use his Zogs to the full extent that any tampering could allow. Unless, of course, he got my fix.
Your fix? The drug you've been handing out. It was designed with the riot in mind?
Yes, Mr. Flossie wanted them to be ready.
So, a prison full of drugged up and pissed off convicts with unmitigated access to their Zogs. At no point did that seem like a bad idea to you?
At no point did Mr. Flossie ask me to formulate an opinion.
Okay, so formulate one now.
I think it's exciting.
I can imagine Flossie being persuasive enough to incite something like this. The part I don't get is why.
Well, a man's motives mean nothing to me. I don't think to ask.
Best planned uprising in the world, it's still suicide. It's not going to help anyone get off this rock.
Certainly not, no. Most men have given up hope of leaving, and even with my special biocells, they can't sustain. Meaning, any inmates who use them are bound to burn out long before the law.
So it is suicide.
That's not the word Mr. Flossie used.
So now what? You sit tight and hide while all hell breaks loose outside?
I fix for kicks. Make myself available. Whenever someone needs, I'm here to help.
What kind of help are you offering?
Well, let's see. A man like yourself, man of the world, I do have one last pill. Lint-laced, but still good. Good at making a man feel like himself. Interested?
I've been feeling the effects of that pill of yours. It hasn't all been positive.
The vision thing. It's when the eyes burn behind. Not everyone likes it.
How long are these side effects gonna last?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Great. You got an answer?
I'm afraid not, no.
I'm not gonna push my luck. One pill is more than enough for me.
Smart. Intelligent. You know what they say. 1114. Everyone. Linty.
How many of those pills have you taken?
A lot. Mr. Flossie told me to test and get it right. I took a lot. My kinds of quantities are not recommended.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stick with the one.
Participating in a riot is a serious offense and will have an impact on the length of your sentence. him in alive!
You didn't die, Adam. Think back and focus. Tell me everything.
Correctional officers are authorized to use lethal force to all non-compliant inmates.
Something will show.
I'm with you. In accordance with federal law, correctional officers are permitted to use deadly force.
Come on! Somebody open up this cage!
So Agent Guerrero was still alive in solitary when you found him. What happened next?
It turned out the security systems controlling the door's locking mechanisms were offline. I needed to reset them in the server room below solitary. Once that was done, I could use the console in the security office to unlock his door.
Access granted.
Yeah.
Non-compliance to the orders of a correctional officer will be met with deadly force.
Wolfus, you high-toned son of a bitch, you caved for me. Come on, open the door and let's roll.
We're not going anywhere, Agent. Not until you fill me in.
Still you win. Stenger's trying to kill me, Walters. You want my help dealing with those terrorist attacks? We have to leave.
So now you're willing to help? You might have gotten yourself on death row, Mejia, but a few more minutes isn't going to change anything. Stenger filled me in. Said you've gone off the rails and he's the better man for the job. Your job, with Junkyard. Mind explaining that?
It's better you don't get involved.
If I don't get involved, you'll be dead tomorrow. And any chance of stopping those terror attacks will die with you. Now talk.
Okay, look. I don't know what Stenger told you, but I guarantee it's all lies. 2 years ago, Interpol got worried about a new player at the table. Junkyard. They needed eyes and ears on the inside, so they threw me into the deep end to go fishing.
And you hooked something big.
It took a while, but I eventually sniffed out that JY was into black market AUGs. A lot of AUGs. And I wanted to know where they were getting them. No points for guessing the answer.
This prison. It's the operation Stenger was talking about.
Ding ding, Walters. He's been running the show for a while now. Using the system to cover up a harvesting scheme. Inmates are pushed over the line, given a death sentence, and end up the next day with their AUGs ripped out by Worthmuller in the morgue.
The Fixer is involved in this too?
You're surprised? He's Stenger's little butcher boy. Whatever the man wants, war cuts it out.
If you and Stenger are both supposed to be playing the same side, why would he want you out of the picture?
Stenger's got power in here, but he's not Junkyard yet. He's always resented the fact I was jumped in. With me gone, he thinks he can take my place on the ladder.
I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the kind of man who can run something like this.
Oh, you'd be surprised. A hammer ain't sharp, but it can still get the job done. I got JY to send me in. But make no mistake, with the power of the so-called justice system behind him, this is Stenger's ship. Who and what gets harvested? It's his call.
No one tried to stop him? Stenger can't murder inmates at will without someone taking notice.
He can when he hides behind the state of Arizona's terminal violation policy. It's okay to destroy a dangerous AUG, right? Especially one in prison. Lately, though, 3 strikes for pretty much anything will get you a trip to Hole 6.
So Flossie was right. Sounded like he was spinning me a story.
No joke, Walters. Stenger moves the bodies from here to be carved up at the infirmary by the Fixer. They use maintenance tunnels under the prison to keep it all out of sight. I'd be dead and diced by sunrise if it wasn't for you.
That explains the sewer hole in cell 6.
If you hadn't declared yourself Dark Opal, we would have been able to contact you without all this trouble. Why didn't you just tell Interpol what was going on and let them deal with it?
I went Dark Opal so the suits couldn't fuck things up. Interpol isn't interested in the long game anymore. They want immediate results.
So it's okay for you if this harvesting ring continues?
That's not what I'm saying. Junkyard have some impressive shit going on. If we let them know we're onto them now, they'll just vanish somewhere else and I'll lose what I've been working for all this time.
So we just insert another agent. We did it once, we can do it again.
It's not that easy. Interpol pushed me under what? 2 years ago, and I'm only just starting to reap the rewards. Junkyard are huge on loyalty from both sides. Trust me, it takes time and pays well to look after that.
Stenger seems convinced you killed Wilberg. You're saying you weren't involved at all?
What? What are you talking about? I told you. Stenger has it in for me. I wasn't even near Wilberg's cell that day. I was on shift cleaning that fucking shower like always. Besides, the sentry took him out. Do I look like a fucking robot to you?
All right, I've heard enough. Terror attack or not, you're not doing anyone any favors by dying in this cell. Time to leave.
I ain't gonna argue with that. Lead the way, Jose. You got an escape plan?
The transport I came in on yesterday should still be on the roof. Can you fly?
No need. The prison birds run on automated flight paths to stop hijackers. We can just hack the route. As long as the security systems are shut down, we'll be free to fly out of here and sip pina coladas all the way to Panama.
Okay, sounds like a plan. I'll take care of the flight path.
No, let me go to the tower. I know where to break into the system. Old school.
I'll have just enough time while you handle the rest. There are 2 turrets on the roof, and an aircraft tracking system that you'll need to disable. There's an override in the warden's office.
Alright, what about Stenger?
As long as he doesn't get to JY before I do, there's no problem. Hey, I'm happy you're here, man. You have no idea. I'll see you at the landing pad. Good luck.
Task force protocols dictate that you should have called for an immediate extraction. Going against protocol could have jeopardized the mission.
If Agent Guerrero was right and our intel was wrong, then the mission had changed. Terror attack or not, Agent Guerrero wasn't going to be any help if he was dead.
All inmates are to surrender immediately. The inmates.
Now I'm gonna need that for later.
Do not comply. It will be met with lethal force.
No idea.
This is the Arizona State Riot Response Team. Be warned that we are approved for use of live ammunition if necessary.
Heads up to Moby if I make it out of here. Stop. Just keep moving.
What's it called?
Intel places Predator Flossie near the warden's office. He hopes to get himself on TV. Our orders are to make sure that doesn't happen.
We don't know if he's alone or how well armed he is. So proceed with caution.
Understood.
Got it.
We're taking heavy losses down here! Saw him go down to the infirmary.
The infirmary? Was he hurt?
Nah, he said he had something to take care of down there.
What's down there except for that creep Wertmuller? Has he forgotten there's a riot going on?
Don't ask me. Stanger is Stanger.
Oh, give me a fucking break. You hear that?
Be careful.
Come on, I'm not here. Go away. Oh. That was close. Shit. Shit.
Things are getting a little more calm.
Yeah, I'm here. What? Just talk to whoever you need to make it happen and call me back. I'm done with waiting. Hey, new shine. Ain't this a surprise?
Looks like you're celebrating.
Sure am. And I deserve it. You think anyone else could have pulled this off? Got the brothers to come together, take this place for our own.
So the king emerges. Couldn't have been easy.
Nothing worth it ever is. Would have been harder if you hadn't made that delivery to Red Shoes. Now I owe you one, new shine.
I don't like being used.
Oh, come on. You got what you wanted, so did I. Everything worked out just fine. Maybe some grudges got settled along the way, so what? Change is always painful. Or do you have a problem with the way I do things?
You had to make a show of force, I get that. Sometimes it's the only way to get people to pay attention.
Yeah, that's right. It was the only way. Life is ups and downs, brother. Ups and downs. And I plan on staying up this time. So, you need something? I'll help if I can.
I need access to the transport's tracking system. It's here in the warden's office.
Go right ahead and do whatever you need, brother. I'm just waiting on my interview.
Where's that asshole who owes me credits?
I ain't hanging up. I don't believe this.
Glad I haven't crossed the tangle.
Come on, I ain't got all day.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
These hog fuckos are tearing my prison apart. You think I got time for this?
Yes, but... No, Mr. Mejia said that I should.
Mejia said? God damn it, Warden. I told you to stay out of the hole.
Yes, you did. It's Mr. Mejia. He...
What are you telling me? Mejia's here? Get in here. Go!
This is fun, but I'd still rather be with
So, when you saw Stenger and Worthmuller arguing on the security monitor, it sounded like Guerrero might be there. But didn't he say he was going to the tower to reroute the flight path? Why would he go to the infirmary?
I had the same question, Doctor. Guerrero was obviously hiding something, but I needed to take a trip to the infirmary if I wanted to know what it was.
How long is this gonna take? I don't believe this.
clear and quiet.
Oh shit. There's cops everywhere. Whew. Got so lucky there.
You're a survivor or a casualty.
Harvester rig. Breaking down logs and stripping them for parts.
So now Stenger had been murdered. Did you think Guerrero was responsible?
When I saw Stenger arguing with Worthmuller on the security feed, he implied that Guerrero might have been there. If that was true, it meant either one of them could have done it. What was sure was that Guerrero had been lying to me. The orders I'd found on Stenger's body clearly showed he was pulling the strings for the harvesting operation all along.
What the fuck are you doing here, Johnson? Nah, it wasn't Johnson. What the hell was it? Johansson!
There's no need for any trouble. I just want to use the elevator.
You do, huh? Well, ain't that a fucking shame? See, this is my elevator now.
No, it isn't. Look, just let me use it and I'll be on my way.
This is where I shit, asshole. Now get out of here and find your own fucking elevator. I said get lost, Jefferson. Nah, that ain't right. Jetson, now fucking go bother someone else or I'll kick your ass, you weasel. What's wrong with you? I told you, get the fuck out of here, Jensen. Jensen! Adam fucking Jensen, yes! I remember. You just can't leave me alone, huh? Okay, Robo-Big, that's it. Let's dance.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Nothing not working.
So, with both the tracking system and the turrets shut down, you just needed to get to the landing pad, is that right?
You've got the report right in front of you, Doctor. Why don't you tell me?
I'd rather hear it from you.
Sorry, Ward. Should have done this a long time ago.
the hell is going on here?
Walters? We got a problem. Worthmuller knows who we are.
Do I not know that? This isn't good. Can't I just keep doing things like I've been? Everything you wanted me to...
Shut up. He's trying to blackmail me. Found out what we're really doing here. He's a threat, man. We can't leave him here alive.
The veracity is questionable.
Don't fall for his act, Walters. He'll say anything to get what he wants. All the attempts to blackmail, manipulate, he's not what he seems. I need you to trust me on this.
Trust you to execute someone. The fixer's not the threat here, Mejia. Just put the gun down, come back to base, and help us with the intel we need. If you're right and it comes to nothing, what have you lost?
Everything! You don't get it, do you? The fixer's fucking evil. You have any idea what he's capable of? The things he's done? If we leave him alive, he'll ruin it all. I'm trying to protect us.
Intellectually? It's just maddening.
Keep your mouth shut. Don't you see? This is what he does. The pills, the riot. He manipulates people, man. Worms his way into everything and makes it sick. Stutters like an idiot to seem harmless. It's all bullshit.
I'm not sure I believe that. And even if I did, it doesn't mean you get to shoot him.
Fine. Then you fucking shoot him. He's as big a threat to you as he is to me. If we don't kill him, our cover's blown. Jesus, man. You're actually willing to jeopardize an agent for... what? This sociopath?
You've crossed the line, Mejia. I know you're the one that's been calling the shots here for Junkyard's harvesting operation. I read the orders you sent to Stenger.
Yeah, it's called infiltration. I was doing my job, man. Look, I'm not the enemy, Walters. He is. Everything that gets people killed in this place, he's at the heart of it. He's the one whispering revolution in Flossie's ear. He's the one carving up bodies. And as for Stenger, why don't you ask him?
Mr. Stenger's very dead. All of him. This place is violent, yes, and moldy, and they always get your name wrong. And I want to leave now. I want to go where you're going.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? Bust you out so you can stick your forked little tongue in everyone's ear. He's smarter than we are, man. Put him in a room with Interpol, and they'll eat up every one of his lies. We can't let that happen. Please, Walters. Remember who we are. I need to know you've got my back.
This isn't about the fixer anymore, Mejia. Forget the job or Interpol or terror threats. This is about you, an agent. It's about a man who needs to remember why he's really here. He shouldn't forget who he is, what he's constructed.
I was told to infiltrate Junkyard. I'm supposed to maintain my cover at all costs.
You were supposed to expose them, but I think you've forgotten that part. You've been left in the dark too long. But you can still come back. Help us do our jobs, Hector. Come back before it's too late.
Don't you dare use that name, Walters. Hector is fucking dead. It's 2 years too late for a pep talk. Interpol doesn't get to throw me in the deep end and then tell me I swam out too far.
not speaking to you as Interpol. I'm speaking to you as a fellow agent. I know what it's like to play two sides. To get so caught up in the lies you start believing them. It's the price we pay to get close to something that's out of reach.
I didn't get close. I got in. Less than 2 years and JY accepted me. Trusted me. That's where their strength comes from. From loyalty. From recognition. 6 years with Interpol, and I still needed a keycard to piss.
I get it. I've been there. Balancing loyalties isn't easy. Playing someone you're not. Doing things you don't believe in to keep up appearances.
You and me are the same now? You've been under 1 day. I've been under, what? You said yourself, 26 months? You have no idea the choices I had to make. I did things. Revealed things Interpol won't forgive. I'm not going back.
It was never going to be easy. There's a reason guys like us get asked to infiltrate the places we do. It's because there's some part of us that doesn't have to pretend. Believe me, I've been where you are. Holding a gun to someone's head. You still have choices you can make.
You're gonna have to tell me what they are, man. Interpol expects me to be someone I'm not. Junkyard expects me to keep being someone that only makes sense in here. Either way, I gotta pretend. And either way, someone comes after me. What am I supposed to do?
Help us. Help me. Come back with me as an agent. An agent who made mistakes and who's willing to recognize them.
What if I can't? They look me in the eyes, man, and they'll see I'm not one of them anymore.
But I know they'll listen. As long as you prove to them you can still be a positive force. Helping us with this terrorist threat will go a long way. After that, if all you want in return is a ticket out, I don't see how they can say no.
I trust you. But what about Worthmuller? If he didn't know too much before, he sure as hell does now.
Leave me alone with him. I'll make the call.
I think he's broken.
I'm starting to think everyone is.
It's the institution. These walls weren't designed with serenity in mind.
No, they weren't. They were designed to hold people and keep them from getting out. For good reason most of the time.
Most of the time, yes. Except you two. You were different. You wanted to be here.
Just how much do you know? How worried should I be?
I know there's no such thing as Walters or Mejia. I know you were both sent here to pretend, and I know, at some point, one of you forgot he was pretending.
And are you planning on sharing this information?
Anyone who knows me knows. It's not my nature to plan anything.
You were able to keep Flossie's plans to yourself, and you played a part in Junkyard's operation, an operation not a lot of people knew about. So I know you've kept secrets before.
It's easier when no one suspects. If no one suspects, no one asks. People tend not to give me a lot of credit.
Is that all it is? Someone asks you something, you have no choice but to tell them the truth, to do whatever they tell you?
Father taught me to obey. Some men remind me more than others. Makes it hard to disappoint.
Men like Flossie, like Stenger, like Mejia.
Men like wolves. No shortage of them in here.
No shortage of them anywhere. I'm not sure who's in more danger here, you or everyone stuck here with you. But this definitely isn't a good place for you to be.
Well, where are we going?
I don't know about the we yet, but wherever you end up, you're gonna have to be more selective in who you're willing to do things for, and more selective in the things you're willing to do.
That sounds complicated.
Doesn't have to be. Just stay away from hurting other people. Try not to let them hurt you.
Anything you say, Jack.
You convinced me. I got no problem doing this your way.
What did you do? Adam?
Excuse me?
You were saying you found Agent Guerrero on the roof holding Worthmuller at gunpoint. What did you do?
I feel like I've answered this question already.
Time can change a lot of things, Adam. Especially memories. I know you don't like doing this, but it helps. Both of us.
Bullshit.
Please. How did you resolve the confrontation with Agent Guerrero?
I brought Agent Guerrero back with me. Whatever he was still an agent and worth saving. With or without the intel.
Wait. So, to be absolutely clear, you brought him back?
That's what I said. Is there a problem with the file?
There's no record of... The report doesn't say where he ended up exactly, but that's not unusual. He was a valuable asset and the information I have is limited, so... Have you had any contact with Agent Guerrero since?
No. After settling our differences, He's no longer my responsibility. I don't know where he's gone.
Okay. Well, you've been through so much these past months, and it's keeping things up to date. It's an ongoing process. Something we'll continue working through together.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No more questions.
I have more than I need for now. Thank you so much for coming in like this, Adam. I know it's not your favorite thing in the world, but it's been very useful, making sure we're all on the same page. What's wrong, Adam? Is there something else you want to say?
Yeah. I have a question for you, Doc. If you were in my position, if you had a feeling, a suspicion, that the agent in front of you was bad, and you could take them out, right there, right then, no questions asked, would you do it?
I suppose it depends on what you think you know, Adam. If I really felt, deep down, that the person in front of me was no longer on my side, then maybe I would. Understanding when to pull that trigger is the single most important instinct an agent can possess.
You know, Guerrero was right.
About what?
The terror attack. Never happened. Gotta wonder what else he was right about.
In your face. Now she's gonna call Mandalay and the Illuminati. See, my theory is that Jensen is cloned. Well, at least this Jensen.
Nice work with the train, Shang, but we got another problem. A bomb scare. Can't get into Tarvos until it's resolved.
I've been to that office.
Was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging. Half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. I tried to stop them, but their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for them. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The AUG killed himself before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper, so with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif's head of cybersecurity, I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the AUG's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured they'd try again when they saw me. Wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone. Farida Malik, Sarif Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the AUG in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Seraph Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead. Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense. David Seraph had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao sent a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, and turned those signals off. I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more. Eliza Cassan, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Cassan in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercs were led by an augmented killer I crossed paths with twice before, Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down, and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's First Lady of News wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Seraph if I wanted to learn more. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities. The UN was being urged to intervene. Seraph was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor-turned-philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Seraph had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Seraph Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Seraph, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed, shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door. Meaning, at least one of Seraph's scientists was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. We were sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the Hyron Project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead. My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore, and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Seraph's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. Their little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Seraph had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time will give us the answers. I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes you just have to let go and embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are you?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen, am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team.
and I intend to make good use of you. Listen up, all of you. We got a sandstorm barreling down our arse and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Iran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. But 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts that party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
We've got a UC in there. Might be easier to maintain his cover if he's not the only one still breathing when this is done.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, but if anything does happen to him, you'll be telling his wife. After you get out of the hospital, of course.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
Never was one to play the odds. Give me something I can use up close.
You got it. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said the Jinn are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your number one priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Task Force action. This is Knife Leader. Engage hush drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Jensen, we're moving through... Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. Gonna have to hack keypads.
Should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
بدنا أحد ثاني يحط هذه العملية بخطر قبل ما يصل تاجر الأسلحة.
I'll do another sweep in the area, just to make sure.
علمني إذا أي شيء ميت. خلينا ناخذ جولة ثانية. حاسس كأني بلعت قزازة رمل. في شيء غلط في المكان هذا. مفيش وقت. غلط في المكان هذا.
Jensen, Mac, listen up. Doppler shows that sandstorm's moving in fast. It's big, and it's gonna hit us hard.
God, I hate the fucking desert. Confirm visual?
I can. Time is not on our side.
Copy that.
Solid copy.
دي كانت فكرة منيلة بنيلة. معلش كنت سامعك. عشان المخزن المنتج موجودة على السطح عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. There's too much riding on this thing. Last thing we need is the drums breaking down.
يلا نبتدي نتحرك.
McCready, how you making out?
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. You want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts. But I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
المنطقة كلها متأمنة. حول. Did you say something?
Something is happening here.
Jensen, what's your 20?
Working my way through the penthouses.
Remember to keep an eye out for the Jin's communications booster. If you can, disable it.
Roger that.
نحتاج كل الأسلحة دي معانا. أنا خلاص مش قادر أتنفس هنا.
Listen up, everyone. Chang's hacked into the Jin's radio signal. Checking the patch now. We should be hearing Singh any second.
خليل الراجل اللي هيبقى علينا الحاجات جايه كمان شويه. روح قول لبقيه الناس ان انا هحصلكم وخليكم يعني منتظرين.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy. Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks off.
The signal booster is online. Good. I could barely hear them now. Okay, keep your eyes open. I'm going to go see if I can find anything.
Hope we get something good in this deal.
Miller, I've disabled the Jin's comms booster. Should make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Singh's cover will still be intact when this is over.
Roger that. Moving on to primary target now.
Jensen, we're inside the atrium, taking up positions on the terraces. What's your 20?
Still moving.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Enemy helos inbound, and this sandstorm's getting close. You get that comms booster disabled?
Affirmative. Booster's fried.
So maybe the Tin Man does have a heart, after all. Way to look out for your team. Creedy out.
فينك يا سيف؟ الوقت بيعدي بسرعة. الدنيا تمام ومتأمنة.
Trace program initiated. Access granted.
This is Jensen. Penthouse access route secure. Jin shouldn't be a problem. Over.
Copy that. About fucking time. Enemy helo sighted. All right, strike force. Position and hold.
Strike 1, in position.
Strike 2, all set. Strike 3, yeah.
Strike 4 in position and holding, boss. Eyes up, safety's off, guys.
Yeah, no shit, round nose.
Watch your fucking mouth, Holiday.
Both of you shut up. 5 in position.
Everybody stay sharp. Singh's got eyes on Shepard. Patching you in now. Target's in the AO. Remember, Singh's down there, so watch your fire.
You got balls, Singh? Executing a buy with a sandstorm on her ass?
I cannot take credit for Mother Nature, mister.
You can call me Shepard.
How biblical. Are these the weapons?
The Ogs. They're getting harder to come by. Guns are still on the chopper. Show me the cash, quick, and we'll...
Oh, what the? The park has been crashed. Shepard is dead.
What? By who? What's going on down there?
Miller, this isn't the Jinn. Repeat, it's not the Jinn.
They're after the weapons. Open fire! Open fire!
Weapons free! Open up on
Greedy, making a grab for the chopper. You got a shot?
Negative. We're under heavy fire down here. We can't let that chopper take off, Jensen.
I got it.
This is bad! They're closing in! We're gonna lose Singh! Jensen, I can't reach him! Jensen, this sandstorm might have just bought us some time, but you need to disable that chopper.
Copy that. Miller, chopper's been grounded. Repeat.
Jensen! You're welcome.
Shit.
Artificial eyes to prosthetic limbs.
From molecular-sized computers.
Human-controlled evolution available to all. We will merge with machines, with computers.
When this is done, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you.
No, stop! Planned. Scenes of horror on the streets of Detroit.
Kind of madness has gripped mechanically augmented people.
Shanghai, Los Angeles, Ankara, Dubai.
People are dying out there. Millions of people.
The search for survivors in Pangaea has been downgraded to a recovery mission.
The Czech Republic leads a growing list of countries calling for the relocation of its augmented citizens. It's a new world, Adam. It's afraid of people like us.
Bust into safe and secure segregation. Seraphine Industry is closely supported.
You didn't think it would end with the AUG incident, did you?
We were victims. This is retribution for a tragedy we cannot control.
They control the news. They buried the truth with disinformation.
Multiple detonations. Looks like horrible.
Another terrorist attack, this time in a police station.
The United Nations Security Council has passed
The new anti-terrorist intelligence and response team will have global jurisdiction. 29. Agent Jensen.
I won't let it happen again.
What have the events in Dubai cost us?
They knew the risks.
How many assets did we lose?
All of them. This sandstorm didn't help.
The mission was a success.
Clearly, your scale for success is a generous one. However, the erratic nature of the attack could work to our advantage. Interpol will be confused for weeks, and with our continued guidance, the people will come round eventually. We are all in this for the long game, after all.
That's never changed.
You think so? Do I need to remind you all how far we have veered off course? The AUG incident has caused a schism in society. Things are worse than we projected, and growing more unstable every day. This will not be tolerated. To ensure the success of our vision, the disruptive elements must be excised.
No one here disagrees with you. But let me fly to New York and I will personally evaluate the situation. We may already have the votes we need to ensure that the Human Restoration Act passes.
Very well. Stanton, you accompany. We may need to exert financial as well as political pressure to silence anyone opposed. Proceed. Elizabeth, I'll contact you later.
It won't succeed, Lucius, even with Dowd's money. You know what Rand will find in New York? Weak, ineffectual men. And with Nathaniel Brown still an unknown factor.
Of course. That is why we're proceeding with our alternate strategy. You have claimed much in the past, Hughes. This is your chance to deliver.
Everything is in place. We can initiate whenever you wish.
How secure your communications, Bob? Jaina seems to have eyes everywhere these days. He and his Juggernaut Collective.
Jaina's won't be initial. I've made arrangements. I laid the foundations. Now it is time to get everyone's attention. Gage, activate the sleep cell.
Konečná stanice Růžičkovo nádraží. Příjezd za 5 minut.
Miller, it's Jensen. Just getting off the train now.
Copy that. We'll debrief when you get in. You coming straight to the office?
Unless there's a problem at a checkpoint.
Your papers should be in order. Just keep your head down. Miller out.
He just took my wife. Yo, come here.
Oh, so sorry.
Very sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, poor. Damn Clank! Why don't you watch where you're going?
Here, let me help you with that, ma'am.
Man? Seriously?
I could have gone with Sweetie. You get my message about Dubai?
Yeah. I'm glad you're all right, Adam. That ambush sounded pretty bad, man.
Not something I was expecting, that's for sure. Any idea who hit us?
Well, I'm sure your task force will come up with something. And that it won't be what the Juggernaut Collective digs up. Kinda odd, though, don't you think? Interpol sending your team, the Prague team, to Dubai in the first place?
Miller said they were scrambling. Last minute intel. We were the only strike team available.
Yeah, well, that's a lie. Better get moving. The Collective has been keeping tabs on all task force divisions ever since we slipped you into one of them. They've got a team in Oman, and a hell of a lot faster than you guys.
So why send us?
Don't know. If the task force is an Illuminati front, we all suspect, it doesn't make much sense to send it into an ambush.
Unless they wanted our team to see something. Officially.
Augoven, připravte si papíry. Připravte si papíry na inspekci.
Don't make a scene, Adam.
Wouldn't dream of it, Alex.
Nezastavuj se!
I swear it's gotten even worse here in the past few days. Everyone looking over their shoulder. Terrified Augs like us are going to attack them again.
Somebody probably will. Treat people like animals long enough, they'll start acting like animals.
You say that like there's nothing we could do to stop it.
I already tried 2 years ago. It didn't work out so well.
So what? Are you saying we should just give up? Let hatred and prejudice take over? The hell with that.
I'm saying I can only go after enemies I see, Alex. The men who caused all this, the true power brokers, they're the ones I need to stop. I thought you knew that.
I do. You, me, the Juggernaut Collective, we're all trying to stop them. It doesn't mean turning a blind eye to
Then help me find them.
Just watch yourself, Clank.
I hate this city. Come on. If you're right about Dubai, about the Illuminati needing your team as witnesses, then we need to find out why. Who gave you the order to mobilize?
Miller did. But it probably came from someone higher up the chain.
Doesn't mean he's not in on it. Ever heard of the NSN?
Neural subnet, sure. And TF-29 directors use it to plan ops and communicate privately in cyberspace. What's this?
Whisper chip. Custom-made wiretap device. Janus designed it to fit inside the NSN's motherboard.
Ah, the elusive Janus. The leader of the hacktivists. Am I ever gonna meet this guy?
Someday, maybe. Right now you need to concentrate on Miller and find a way to access the NSN's motherboard.
Alex, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Do you hear that? I'm gonna check it out.
Okay, be careful. We'll talk.
Stand back, let me help. Hold on. Shit. Alex, it's Adam.
Hey, you sound like shit. How you feeling?
A little sore, but I'll be alright. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been through worse. Jesus, how fucked up is that to think, huh?
Listen, Alex, my systems are acting up a little, so I've got to get checked out. If you want to meet or...
What? No, I'm fine, man. You just take care of you. This girl's built tough. Give me a call when you're useful again, okay?
All right, I will. Talk to you soon.